This is a day not only to remember those workers who have lost their lives in the last year, but also to recommit ourselves to having healthier and safer workplaces. We've had too many deaths due to trauma and due to exposures. Some of those, most of those, we can end, and we've got to do that.
Those we remember today served in our workplaces across this province. Their efforts can be seen across the entire province. Without the hard work of men and women, many of you here today, who work on our behalf in our province, we would not live in the amazing place that we do. We have made improvements in safety in the workplace, but all of us agree that one life lost, one serious injury, is simply one too many.
There are work-safe committees that meet on a regular basis to make certain that workers are aware of the changes of their environment, especially at a construction site particularly. We have weekly meetings and we make certain that we know what's changing at the work site. That's been beneficial. We have, especially in residential construction, we have a number of inspections that are taking place, and that's improved workplace safety. But you know, one of the things that we've got to do is we need to have some enforcement. We need better enforcement and accountability. Today, later on in the afternoon at the legislature, the opposition labor critic Harry Baines is about to introduce, I believe it's called the Workplace Accountability Act. And you know, we've never had one prosecution since the federal government passed legislation regarding the West Ray mining incident in Nova Scotia. We've never had a single prosecution. Not one corporate executive has ever gone to jail, even though they know that they've exposed workers to dangerous situations. We've had workers that have gone to jail for contempt of court, but not for the actual infraction. So we've got to make certain that there is accountability. And I think I'm hoping that the government is going to adopt that Workplace Accountability Act.
It's all preventable. I think that's what we really have to face, is that it's all preventable. None of these deaths need to happen. And that's when it's up to us to change that.
We've used asbestos over many decades. We're now paying the price for not using asbestos properly. And in asbestos abatement today, we should be using all of the personal protective equipment that's necessary, that's available to us, to make certain that exposure is minimized. At the moment, though, you know, we still have employers that are out there that are not using PPE. They're exposing their workers to asbestos, which after that exposes the worker to asbestosis and mesothelioma. So there are things that we could do. There's one example of how we could end that straight away, with regard to young people that are lost at a work site. That's a tragedy. Many of those, whether that's a life lost or an incident, a horrible incident, it's preventable. And we've got to make certain that young people are protected. And it starts with training. We've got to make certain that people are trained so that they know the dangers of the job. We've got to end this. This is carnage. It has to end.